Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. This is Mohor Chaudhary, your host for this show. And joining me today for this pre-match live show is Shorjani Chatterjee and Snehashish Mukherjee. Now, it's a weekend. It's an IPL double-header day. In the first match, Kolkata Knight Riders take on Sunrisers Hyderabad. And in the second match of the day, we have the ODI captain and the ODI vice captain locking horns with each other. Well, of course, we will be discussing both the games and analyzing all the teams in detail. But of course, our focus at first would have to be Kolkata Knight Riders. Snehashish, my first question would go to you. As we all know, KKR did not start off their campaign on a very good note, obviously, but they have managed to come back to winning ways. They have won two in a row. And in both these games, if you see, there's this one person who has consistently stood up for the team, despite n number of trolls and criticisms being hurled his way. He has stood up for the team. How would you assess Rinku Singh's turnaround in this year's IPL, and how big of a role will he have in today's match?
I think before the season, when KKR appointed Rinku Singh as vice captain, I think it was indeed, everyone was speaking that he needs to step up. Because if you see in the last few years, he has not got that much of run. Though obviously he has not given that, particular role or maybe particular position to bat on. The team continued to change his position, everything. But this time around, they understood that and they given him that particular role that you are the vice captain and you will definitely go out to bat at number 5. I think that has helped. But initially he was struggling. He was struggling a little bit, especially against speed. Yeah. I think nothing was going in his favor. But I think that catch drop. I think
Yeah.
changed the fortune from him. I think if that catch would have been taken, yes, Nande Bargar,
Right.
I think KKR would have been winless so far. And we will be still talking about the off form of Rinku Singh, right? But I think from that point of time, I think he has done his season. Obviously, to crucial knock in last two games, as you mentioned, especially the way last day in the field, I think he was excellent. He was like everywhere. Rinku Singh was everywhere, and the catches that he was taking excellent. So overall, I think he has been brilliant. But as a team, I think KKR are still not that looking as a unit. I think there are so many areas that they need to improve on. I think even last day also, I think they should have ended that game few overs earlier, but still they took that game to the last over, and then the super over happened, and eventually we saw KKR winning the game. But it's good that the Rinku Singh has come out of the form, and hopefully he can continue because as of now, if you see when it comes to the particular or individual of KKR who is in form, maybe Rinku Singh is the only name you can name. Otherwise, other players are still struggling. So hopefully today also you can see a big knock or big contribution from him.
Absolutely. And Shorjani, my next question will be to you, since Snehashish mentioned KKR not being able to perform as a unit as of now. I mean, it's good that Rinku Singh is stepping up, but the others also need to get things going. Now, if you look at their opening combination, they have constantly shuffled and rechanged it every single time, but I don't think any of that has clicked. Uh, as of now, if you look at the Tim Seifert Ajinkya Rahane combination, then Tim Seifert has scored back-to-back dubs. He has not been able to leave an impact. On the other hand, Finn Allen, yes, he probably did not have that big of an impact, but he did score a few crucial runs in the season opener versus MI. So, do you think he was not given a long enough rope, and do you see him probably coming back to the team in today's game?
First things first, I don't think Ajinkya Rahane going out there and opening for KKR is a good decision. Considering the fact he has definitely scored some runs, he has in the first few matches, but the strike rate is very low. I mean, the way he rotates the strike, the kind of intent that is required from a T20 batter, the kind of intent and aggression you require as an opener in the T20I format, I think that is missing from Ajinkya Rahane. And we have been talking about him since the beginning of the tournament of how, he's not actively a part of the international circuit and how he looks a little slow on the field. Yeah. And his form is a little off. But as a captain, also a lot of criticisms have been there regarding him. Talking about the opening pair in one match, I saw Sunil Narine came into open, and
just one game.
Just one game. And to be very honest, when you have someone like a Sunil Narine who's a power hitter, he'll go out there and he'll start charging from the first ball. He does not waste balls. Sunil Narine is one player that does not believe in wasting balls or rotating the strike. He'll go out there, whatever is in his zone, he will go out and hit it. So I think not letting Sunil Narine open is also a decision that kind of surprised me. But Finn Allen has scored some runs. He comes to bat. He's been on the crease. few balls he tries to hit, and then he has scored 15 runs, 30 runs, odd runs. But Tim Seifert has had a very bad season so far, and KKR has this tendency of backing their players. But I personally feel that it is high time we bring back Finn Allen to the opening combination. But see, what we have to keep in mind is also the fact that the tournament is almost done. We're in the middle stage of the tournament, and after even winning 3 games, if you cannot get your combinations right, then what is the whole point of it? We have a team. It's not like the team is bad, but it's just that, like Snehashish mentioned, somewhere or the other, the coordination is missing. And the batting unit, I think someone or the other has to step up. Someone or the other has to consistently score runs. Bowling department, you have someone like Sunil Narine. You have Varun Chakravarti, who's now stepping up. When Varun Chakravarti was not in his forms, I think Anukul Roy came in and did a good job as a left-arm spinner. But having said that, the bowling the batting unit has to function properly.
Absolutely, and there has to be more or less equal contributions from everyone.
Absolutely.
Everyone needs to chip in.
Absolutely.
Of course, since Shojani brought up bowling, there is this one particular bowler. Everyone was very excited about him. They were looking forward to his inclusion in the squad. There was a lot of confusion, anticipation, all of that. And now that he's joined the squad, do you think Matisha Pathirana would be a part of the playing 11 today? He's very skilled. So maybe he could enhance the quality of the bowling lineup.
Absolutely. I think considering the quality that Matisha Pasiana has, I think he should be in the playing 11, no doubt about that. But I think the fitness and availability is the main thing. It is not easy that a player just coming into the squad and getting into the game. We have seen that even Mitchell Stark didn't play the first game when he arrived, right? He took one game and then maybe in the second game he played his first game of the season. So I think maybe today we can see Matisha Pasiana in the playing 11. But again, in that case, we have to think about the all four overseas players
Who sits in that
you
case?
want to play. You cannot drop someone like Sunil Narine.
No.
There's no chance about that. You cannot drop Robman Powell. The way the team is functioning right now, the only position is left is Cameron Green. But I don't think Cameron Green is going to sit out. Then the opening combination again, the big question mark, who will go out as opener. Then maybe Sunil Nayan, we can see Sunil Nayan back in at the opening slot along with maybe Cameron Green or maybe Ajinkya Rahane. That can be an option, but it will be very harsh or maybe difficult decision for KKR management if they decide to sit out someone like Cameron Green. The price tag is obviously there every time, but at least I think he has started to look a little bit good. I'm not claiming that he is looking fantastic or he's coming up with match winning performances, but he has started at least to chip in. Even with the batting, although he's starting slowly, but the way I think after a certain amount of ball, he has started to hit big sixes. I think that has been working for him in the last few games. So I'm not seeing him getting sitting out. Maybe Team Seifert, and then maybe we can see Sunil Narine or maybe Cameron Green and Ajinkya Rahane opening if Matisha Patriana plays too.
But how can you drop someone like a Blessing Nusrawani? This is one question that is not bothering me.
Maybe
And he took 4 wickets.
yeah,
And then when he was dropped, we assumed that he was injured or it was some other reason. But he's actually dropped from the team, and that is something that surprises me.
I think they need an extra batter, like someone to fill into the role of.
maybe in his clause it was mentioned only for one game. We don't know maybe that clause. But jokes apart, I think the team needed someone like Robman Powell.
Exactly.
Especially to have that,
To fill in that Andrew Silva.
and that having that finishing role. I think if you can clearly remember in the first few games when Rinku Singh was not performing, they were not finishing the games well. They are losing those plots in the middle overs or maybe in the 10th overs also. But I think in that case, when Rahman Paul has come into the scenario, at least he has chipped in with those 30s, 40s, and it has helped the team. So I think that is why it became difficult to including someone like Muzarawani despite taking 4 wickets.
Of course.
Because the same opportunity,
Same opponent, exactly. In Eden Gardens, we were watching the game. Of course, we've spoken about some strengths like Rinku Singh's form and Robman Powell, like Snehashish mentioned. But Shojani, my next question to you will be about someone like a Ramandeep Singh. He's supposed to also fill into the role, fill into the shoes of a finisher. But he has not been that impressive so far. He has not been able to contribute at all, if I would put it that way. What is your assessment of his performance and what are you looking forward to seeing from him today?
In order to assess a player, you have to watch them bat. I think Ramandeep Singh has not batted only this season.
Performance.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. What will I assess? He goes out there, he does nothing. Scores 2-3 runs, gets out for a duck, scores 2-3 runs, comes out.
And he's also been criticized. He's being criticized quite a bit on social media and elsewhere because
I think it's quite the same like Shah Rukh Khan with GT.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I think there is a lot of personally feel that Rahul Tewatia, he did, that last over when he was for Rajasthan Royals. But apart from that, has Rahul Tewatia been impressive this season?
No.
Even he has not scored runs. But people don't talk about Rahul Tewatia. But the point being is that Ramandeep Singh, he has been associated with KKR, and initially when Andre Russell left, rumors suggested that he would be the next Andre Russell and the next finisher of the team. But I think his career is only finished because he's not scoring. He's not at all scoring.
He has
He's not
taken the finisher meaning in it.
in a different way.
Okay, that's a very controversial take. But moving on from there, of course, we also have to focus on their opponent, Sunrisers Hyderabad. Going into the tournament, we all assumed that they were a batting heavy side. And obviously, look at the names out there, look at the experience. But mid-season, they have shown what they can do with the ball. Certain inclusions in the team, as well as now that Pat Cummins has joined into the squad. How would you assess this turnaround? They look like a complete balanced unit at this point.
Yes, I think I absolutely agree to that point that initially when we talked about what can be the possible, playing 11 or combination for SRH at the start of the season, we always talk about the, batting heavy part that, Travis said, Abhishek, and obviously Klaasen has been fantastic so far. Ishan Kishan is there. And Ishan Kishan, despite being the captain, I think the way, the whole unit has chipped in, I think fantastic. But I think if you see, still, I will say, I think in the last few games, maybe 2 or 3 games, the bowling unit has not clicked that much. I think Saqib Hussain has been pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Saqib Hussain has been, and Nissan Malinga, I think these two have been
Yeah.
pretty impressive. But right now, I think again, the typical SRH pattern, whatever runs you scored on the board, will go out and chase it down.
Yeah.
And now Travis Head is also batting from the last game, and as I mentioned, that Abhishek is batting beautifully. Again, that the Abhishek Sharma that you all know that he is back, he has made a comeback. Ishan Kishan has been brilliant. Henrich Klaasen, I am pretty surprised to see this consistency from Henrich Klaasen. Henrich Klaasen is an explosive batter. We all know that he will come up with 2-3 knocks here and there and win games for SRH, but the consistency that he has maintained so far in this is, I think, excellent. And then you have and the cameo and the cameos and contribution from someone like Salil Arora and other batters. I think it has been
Nitish Reddy is also
yes, Nitish Reddy has
With
come
the
up.
bat and the ball.
Yes, especially with the ball. I
Mm.
think with the bat, he was not needed that much because all these names performed. But with the ball, I think be it with the new ball, be it in the middle over, I think he has been fantastic. I think Bharat has been talking about Nitish Reddy's improvement for a long time now. That Stephen Jones, if I'm not wrong, that coach has worked with him, and it is very evident that he has worked on his bowling. So as a unit, they are clicking, and it is not easy to win 5 games in a row in a tournament like IPL. And now they are winning 5 games in a row, and now they're looking for the sixth win that to in a home ground. It will not be easy for KKR, but right now in the race of the playoff, I think SRH is looking very, very one of the toughest opponent to face.
My next question to you would be about Klaasen. Just the way we mentioned. I mean, we all know him as an explosive batter. He can come down and he can go all out and hit those sixes. But the approach this time is also being very mature from him. He has assessed and played according to the situation, anchored the innings as well, and also accelerated when needed. And also with this consistency, he's on the orange cap list at this point. How would you assess Henrik Klaasen, someone like a Henrik Klaasen, and how important is he in the middle order?
He is, because initially when Travis Head was not going out there and performing, and Abhishek Sharma was also a little inconsistent. So after that, when Klaasen came into bat, usually Hyderabad gave 2 wickets down or 3 wickets down, and they were looking bad. The scorecard was not looking good for the team. So from there, the way he anchored the innings and the way he moved it forward. Even at Eden Gardens, I think we saw the way he came in and he batted with Nitish Kumar Reddy and he formed crucial partnerships. So I think the main thing about T20 cricket is that the scoreboard has to keep on moving because it's a short format. You cannot, the scoreboard cannot be static. You have to keep on scoring runs. You have to rotate strike. And I think that is something he has done very intelligently. He has done something very cautiously. He knows which bowlers to target, what to do and what not to do. And I think he has this approach where he plays the first few overs very carefully. He assesses the whole situation. He understands where the bowlers are bowling, what line and length they are sticking to, and then he tries and hits them. So I think that maturity is required from a cricketer. Someone like Klaasen was so much of an experience. I think this is I don't think it's extraordinary because you expect a batter to go out there, assess the pitch, and play. I do understand that the T20 format requires power hitting, but what Klaasen has been doing has been playing sensible cricket. And I would genuinely credit Nitish Kumar Reddy as well because in most of the matches he has formed crucial partnerships with Klaasen and has acted as an anchor. So I think the Hyderabad SRH, Sunrisers Hyderabad, they are sorted as a batting unit. Definitely, I mean, Ishan Kishan has scored a few matches ago, and then it has been a little inconsistent, but some player or the other definitely stands up for them. And the middle order is strong, which is missing in most of the teams. Even if we shift to the second game, which is Punjab versus Gujarat, the middle order is an issue for Gujarat Titans.
Absolutely.
The middle order is an issue for Rajasthan Royals. I'm not even thinking about KKR because I think the batting unit is an issue for KKR. But I think the middle order is something that is very crucial, and Klaasen has been doing a good job.
Absolutely. Snehashish, my next question to you will be about this new bowler from KKR who has been quite impressive, and that's Karthik Tyagi. He has been impressive, but at the same time, he has been inconsistent. A lot of people say that he tries to imitate different actions from different players, and then he becomes inconsistent while playing. Also, the last game, as far as I remember, in the last over, he was made to bowl and he bowled those no balls. So, how would you assess his performance so far? And do you see him having a bright future ahead?
I think if you see so far the way KKR season has gone for, I think from all the seam bowling options,
Yeah.
I think Karthik Tyagi has been impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can happen with any bowler a bad day. I think the last over that he bowled yesterday, in the last game, it was obviously those no balls were unacceptable, but still, he's still a young prospect, right? He's still working on his game, and as Dale Steyn mentioned that there's an issue of copying other bowlers,
Yeah.
obviously, but it's okay. That's a different take. But overall, I think he has been pretty impressive. I think he has tried his different plans and everything, the Yorkers, the variations, bouncer, and everything. And that is all you need from a bowler, especially in a format like where most of the takes are favorable for the batters, right?
Yeah.
In every other games, we are saying 220 run being scored and then getting chased down. So at least from the bowlers, what you can expect that at least they go out not stuck, not get stick with a plan A. Let's try out plan B, plan C, or maybe different plans to see what can happen to go out of the box. At least I think Karthik Tyagi has tried that. Sometimes it has come off, sometimes it has not, and it will happen in this format. Getting that consistency is very difficult. Not everyone can become someone like Bhuvaneshwar Kumar or someone Hazelwood. It's very difficult, and especially at such a young age.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that I think he has tried different things and he is looking confident. Despite that last over, I think he was looking confident. Even I was thought when Ajinkya Rahane put his arms around Karthik Tyagi ahead of the super over, I was thinking maybe again he will goal. So, but it's okay. So, yeah, shows that it's quite
Totally is
frustrated.
frustrated
Yeah,
as a KKR fan, which is understandable.
yes, but overall, I think it has been impressive. One bad day doesn't show that he's a very bad bowler or he's not a good prospect going forward. I think he's working hard and hopefully he can end the season on a high.
Perfect. Of course, we have to shift our attention to the next game as well, which is GT versus PBKS. Now, PBKS have been absolutely impressive this season. Yeah, yes, they have endured one loss against Rajasthan Royals, but other than that, they're still very comfortably sitting at the top of the table. Whereas Gujarat Titans had a rocky start, but then they have come back to winning ways and they have been clicking as a unit. But Shobjani, my question to you to elaborate on what you had started off. Yes, they are clicking as a unit, but once again, there is a huge void in their middle order. You will see their bowlers stepping up, taking crucial wickets in the power play. Yes, their death bowling is a bit inconsistent, but in the power play, in the middle overs, they are picking up wickets. The top three has been doing what they are needed to do. But if you look at the middle order from number 4, Washington Sundar, Shah Rukh Khan, Rahul Tewati, all of these names, they have not really performed that way. So, do you see going forward? Do you see a change in the middle order in today's game, or do you think they will not want to disrupt the winning combination?
No, I don't think there are going to be any changes. The combination is going to stay the same because this team is set. The
Yeah.
team is set. You have a top order. You have Shuman Gill out there and performing, and then you have someone like a Josh Butler also who has been performing.
Yeah.
I would not say he's very consistent, but he's
Sai Sudarshan also.
Sai Sudarshan also, yes.
Someone or the other is always stepping.
Always stepping in. And I think in most of the matches, the previous match, I was really surprised to see Jason Holder play that shot because the match was already won. He did not need to go out there and hit it out of the park. He could have stayed there and rotated the strike. Rahul Tewatia, he was there in the crease in the last match. He was playing, he was rotating the strike, it was fine. But I think the job was already done. He did not have to do much. He just had to go out there, middle the ball, and that was done. That was it. So batting wise, it is fine. But like Snehashish mentioned, I think Shah Rukh Khan and Rahul Tewatia, both these players are a little concerning. But when we talk about the bowling, I think Rashid Khan has been a little out of form. And
He has been inconsistent,
Yeah.
yes, but he did look brilliant in some games, and then again he looked a little off.
Yeah, so I think the consistency from Rashid Khan, the inconsistency from Rashid Khan is a slight issue for Gujarat Titans at this point.
Absolutely. And of course, talking about Gujarat Titans, this has been the topic of discussion for quite a bit of time. That is Washington Sundar in the T20 format at number 4. What are your thoughts on Washington Sundar's inclusion in the team?
See, I think he's a very good all-round prospect. There is no doubt about that. But the format is the problem here.
Yeah.
I think in ODIs, I think he can be a good option, especially in the middle order. He can chip in with those crucial runs, and obviously those maybe I'm not asking 10 overs from Washington,
Yeah.
maybe 6 or 7 overs. He can do the job in ODIs. In Test, obviously we saw what he can do. He can chip in with those crucial runs. He has that grit and
Yeah.
hunger for scoring runs. So we have seen that. But I think this format is an issue for him. I think in this format, the template that every team goes, I think the kind of gameplay that he has, especially as a batter, I think that doesn't suit at all. I think he needs some time and then can play a few good shots, good big shots. But in this modern day of T20 cricket, it's very difficult to include such a player in your playing 11. It can disrupt the whole combination. So, but for GT the problem is maybe there is no other option. Yeah, someone like Kumar Kushagara can be, but again, Kumar Kushagara at
Has the
middle order,
experience.
yeah, at middle order, how good
Yeah.
he can be, that's a big question. He can be good at the opening slot, but you cannot, in that opening slot. No chance. The top three is settled. There's no chance of trying any option. So I think that is an issue. That is why I think they're sticking with someone like Washington Sundar at number 4. But I think the addition of Jason
Holt.
I think it has been fantastic. I think Jason Holder, the way he has chipped in with bat, ball, everything. I think 2 player of the match performance already, if I'm not wrong. I think fantastic, and especially with the bat, as Shurjani mentioned, that the way he has managed to play those big shots, it's very because
Against RCB, he
yes,
finished it.
Jason Holder is one of a player who has so much experience. There's no doubt about that. The problem throughout his career has been the inconsistency.
Yeah.
It's for same for West Indies also and for different franchise leagues also. That is why maybe in IPL still now you will not name whenever you will be asked that who is the top 5 foreigners that are looking for an auction.
Yeah.
You will not name Jason Holder,
In
right?
fact, when he was taken in, there was a lot of criticism.
When I was shocked.
Lot of questions.
Yeah, when I was shocked,
Jason
that so many, so much money that GT paid for
Yeah.
Jason Holder, because we all know the inconsistency that
Yeah.
the inconsistent he has been so far. But so far, in last few games, I think he has been brilliant, and that has worked for GT. And hopefully, GT can hope that that the impact of Jason Holder can continue in a good manner.
Absolutely. And talking about the impact, Shojani, which are the 2 players from Gujarat Titans that you think could become the standout performers today?
Today,
Yeah.
I'm going to say Rahul Tewatia because now I finally want him to go out there and score some runs.
Okay.
Uh,
You felt bad for
no, because I criticized him so much. Now it's time that I back him up. Now that I back him up, I've criticized him enough. And all my answers are circled back to Rahul Tewatia. So that has to change now. So I would say, no, but jokes apart, definitely Shubman Gill is someone that I'm really looking forward to because of the way he was dropped from the T20 side, and now that he's been scoring in the IPL, I would definitely want to see him make a
and
comeback.
it's a very interesting approach from him the last game.
Exactly.
Yes, in the power play.
Exactly. So that is not the typical Shubman Gill that we're used to.
Yeah.
He has changed the way that he's playing his game. So Shubman Gill is definitely someone that I look forward to. Also, Washington Sundar, because there have been a lot of criticisms, a lot of people are criticizing the way.
Again, you're back.
She just feels bad whoever she's criticizing.
Now I have to back Ramandeep also. I have to say Ramandeep somewhere or the other.
I can ask you.
No, but I think Washington Sundar also looking forward to. But in the bowling unit, I think Rashid Khan, because Rashid Khan, in the middle overs, he gets a little expensive. He starts off nice. He starts off with proper line and length and the way he, adjusts his pace. But then in the middle overs, he gets a little inconsistent, goes for a lot of runs, and then again he comes back and manages it. So I would like to see Rashid Khan maintain the consistency and the kind of form that he is known for.
Absolutely. And of course, shifting to the next team, Punjab Kings, very comfortably seated at the top of the table despite one loss. Um, of course, there has been a lot of strengths in the team, but one thing that is the point of concern is the form of their pace bowling department, especially the form of Arshdeep Singh. He has been quite inconsistent this season, very expensive. He's operating at an economy rate of 11. So that is very inconsistent for a bowler of his caliber. We know what he can do in T20. What are your thoughts on Arshdeep Singh so far? And obviously, it would be a concern for them. This form would be a concern for them going forward in the playoffs.
I am really concerned about the death bowling of Arshdeep Singh. I think in the death overs, I think he can do a better job. I think
Especially I mean, with those extra that he gives away.
Yes, those whites. I think he always tries for those whitish yorker and ended up bowling whites.
Even in against even in the T20 I actually saw in the bilateral series.
Even in World Cup also it happened. It has been a problem, persistent problem with him. But the main thing that when he came into the scenario through IPL, it was his dead bowling that everyone, he was known for, right? Broke, breaking those stump and everything that went viral also. But somehow I think with the new ball, I think he has worked a lot. I think now he has been fantastic with the new ball. Still, in power play overs, every bowlers get hit, especially in this kind of wicket. So if 1 or 2 days any bowler is getting hit, that doesn't matter that he has forgotten to bowl in the power play over. That is not the case. But I think with the death bowling, I think there is some work to be needed. Work need to be done, and I think for Arshdeep Singh and the support also. If you see someone like Xavier Bartlett and every other bowlers, I think they have also struggled. If you see for Punjab Kings, maybe in the last few games, bowlers have not clicked that much as a unit, and that's
Except for Yuzvendra Chahal.
yes, Charles is a legend.
Chahal
That's
is
the
IPL legend.
Yeah, IPL legend. He might ended up giving 12 runs per over in 3 overs, but he will chip in with 4 wickets. There is no doubt about that. But the problem is that apart from that, the seam bowlers are not clicking to it.
Yeah.
I think that has been the problem in Lockie Ferguson. Did, right?
Yeah,
Lockie
yeah,
Ferguson the last game. You talked with Lockie
Yeah.
Ferguson also. So, but he also had a I think bad game. In the last game. But again, I think they need to come out with a different plan, especially in death overs, maybe some variations, or maybe because all these bowlers can have raw pace, especially Rocky Ferguson and Xavier Bartlett. But maybe variations can have. But they are also heavily dependent on their batting. There is no doubt about that. I think they are an excellent batting side, especially having those top Indian talents. And now see Marcus Stoinis did the job when it needed in the last game. So I think
The
they are
batting depth is
yes, excellent batting depth, but the bowlers need to chip in. Otherwise, it will be difficult for them to have a perfect run, or maybe already it has been ruined with one run. But still, I think to have that momentum going and to win that first ever IPL title, they need the bowlers to click to.
absolutely. And talking about, since he mentioned the Indian core, especially,
The batting.
let's also talk about the openers who have been destructive, yes, but also superbly consistent. Priyan Sharia and Prabsimran Singh. What are your thoughts on these two young prospects coming up and constantly standing up for PBKS?
So Jani wrote that report, DC versus PBK.
Oh,
I was writing the match report and I was not understanding what to include and what not to include because every matter was going on there and hitting it out of the park. So at one point I thought, to make Lungi injuries the main point of my match report because I was not being able to understand.
by the
what
way,
this-
Luki and Giddy is fine, so that's a good news.
Oh,
for us.
also, before I answer your question, Mohar, I have some update. It has been stated that Ankush Raghuvanshi is out there and he's practicing keeping drills.
Okay.
So it could be a sign that Finn Allen comes in and Tim Sippert sits out today. So that could
That's
be a
what we predicted.
that could be
That's what Rev Sports predicted.
that
Or
could
maybe Patriana coming.
Oh,
that could
that's
also
also be the thing.
Yes, and Seifert getting dropped, as I mentioned, that you might see Sunil Nain and Ajinkya or Cameron Green opening the batting.
as long as it's not Ankush Raghuvanshi and Rahane opening, I think
No,
it's
no,
fine.
No, that
is
will,
not going to
that will
happen.
not be possible in today's template.
I really don't understand what KKR management.
You are not going to get so
No
much
one
practice.
understands.
No, but like we talked about Priyan Sharia and Prabsimran Singh, I think both of them have been exceptional on the way they've been playing. Their approach in the power play, especially, scoring 100 runs in 6 overs, scoring 120 runs in 7 overs. So the approach from the first ball, they'll go out there and they'll target. And I think they play with a lot of the same mindset that Vaibhav Suryavanshi does. I will charge from the first ball. It does not matter who is coming into bowl, whether the ball is moving or not. Definitely, I will be a little cautious, but whatever is in my zone, I will go out there and hit it. And I think this approach has helped both of them a lot. And they've been complementing each other really well.
And not the first season.
Not the first season. It has been going on. Yashasvi Jaiswal, Vaibhav Suryavanshi for the past 1 or 2 years they've been doing, especially this season, their partnership has been crucial. But I think the coordination that Priyan Sharia and Prabsimran Singh shared together, that is exceptional. And even when they play on the field, you will understand that there is clear communication. They communicate with each other. The planning is clear. The role clarity is there. So I think Punjab Kings are doing well enough this season. Only problem is if Shashank Singh does not drop any matches, then I think the team is safe. I think that is the only reason we were joking about it as well. In the previous match, he did not drop anything, and it is fine for you to have a bad day. But having said that, I think
He is having so many bad days.
yeah. But with the bat, he's doing good only. I think he's okay with the bat. The fielding is a bit concerning. Nothing.
Let's take some questions from our viewers.
This time also with the ball, he did the job. He took those
Yeah,
wickets.
yeah. That was good
Yes.
captaincy move, I would
Excellent,
say.
excellent.
Okay, let's say take some questions. Nehashish, this is for you. Will KKR play Finn Allen and will drop himself? Acha, Rahane.
Hey, that can. How can?
Why are you all behind that man?
Yeah, how can you drop? You're the captain of the team unless there's some injury or something.
Yeah.
It cannot happen. Obviously, Ajinkya Rahane will play. But final and inclusion, let's see it happen. For me, I think Pathayana should play if he is fit and available. And then we might not see someone like Final on Team Seifert in the playing 11. We might see Ajinkya Rahane or Sunil Nayan opening, or maybe Cameron Green or Sunil opening. That should be the logical opening pair. But let's see. With KKR, you cannot expect anything.
Absolutely. Shorjani, this question is for you. Barnik Das is saying, or it's not a question, it's a comment. SRH will score 300 today. Do you want that to happen against KKR?
As long as KKR chase it back, I think we are fine.
Do you think they can?
They cannot, but I don't think SRH. But the pitch looks a little dry today. I read it somewhere that the pitch is flat, so whoever bats first, it's going to be easy for them. And it's an afternoon game, so the dew factor is also not there. So I think it's going to be a batting friendly pitch, whichever team.
Typical SRH template. Whatever runs you scored, will go out and chase.
Chase. This match looks a little difficult, but in the previous match that they encountered each other, both these teams, I think KKR did fight back in the first innings, but in the second innings, the batting order just collapsed. Because I remember that Uncle Shahwanshi, he got run out, and then Rinku Singh was out there. We all expected Rinku Singh to take ownership, and then he was also dismissed, and we all were very upset as fans of KKR.
Okay, we have an update. We have a toss update. That is Sunrisers Hyderabad have won the toss and have chosen to bat first. So we can expect a big total.
We were talking about it.
See, we are on a roll. We are.
Our predictions are spot on.
Okay, so they are expecting to bat. They have chosen to bat first, so we can expect a very high total. Okay, so next question. Let's take the next question from Freaking Awesome. This is for you, Snehashish. Washi is a good defensive bowler. If you see his economy across all formats, he has been good. But in recent years, franchisees are not using him properly. In T20Is, he is a bowler who can bat a bit. Yeah, he's not been given the ball that much. What are your thoughts?
Yes, I think that I said that in this format, maybe you need more batting all-rounders rather than bowling all-rounders. Obviously, you need all-rounders, but all-rounders who can bat and score quickly. With Washington Sundar, I think it has been the problem.
Yeah.
He cannot come out and score at 250 or 220 strike rate. That has been the problem with him, especially in this format. As I mentioned, you take someone like Washington Sundar in ODIs, in Test, I think he has been fantastic. The defensive bowling point that you have mentioned, I think it's good. Obviously, he can create that pressure from one end, and from that other bowlers can take the advantage and take wickets. That can happen, but in T20Is,
sorry to interrupt you 1 second. Pat Cummins says we'll bat first. Pitch looks good and it's very hot. We'll bat and post a total. I'm not good at reading the pitches. It looks nice and must be high scoring. He's saying he's not good at reading the pitches.
don't remember as
ODI, as if we don't remember the ODI World Cup final. Thank you, Pat Cummins.
No, but Snehashish, I wanted to ask you something. Pat, now that Pat Cummins is in, he's definitely the captain. But do you think Ishan Kishan was also impressive with the way he was, moving pace, adjusting the combinations and the way he was utilizing his bowlers, especially someone like Shivam Kumar and then Ishan Dubey, exactly.
Yes, I think personally I would love to see Ishan Kishan leading the side from next season. Yeah, I'm not saying that okay, Pat Cummins went on to win this title and then you dropped. It will be very harsh, really. But see, I think in the Indian Premier League, you want Indian players to lead the franchise, right? I think that can be helpful for from Team India perspective also. Obviously, Ishan Kishan has done that in state team, right?
Yeah.
To the title, to the Syed Mustaq tournament. Yeah. So I think he has been fantastic. And see, despite being the captain, it didn't affect that much in his batting. He took the responsibility. He scored those important runs also. So I was pretty impressed with Ishan Kishan as captain. Obviously, with Pat Cummins coming back, it was known that he will definitely come back as captain only. You cannot ask your regular captain, that's okay, you just come back. He has been doing also, just don't become the captain. Just so it cannot happen. So I think for this season it's okay. But going forward, I think from next season, maybe SS can take the decision. Because ultimately when you make a overseas player a captain, once overseas slot is booked.
Plus, we have to remember that he is a bit injury prone.
Exactly. And one overseas slot is booked.
Yeah.
Despite whether he performs or not, you cannot drop your captain. So I think when you make someone like Ishan Kishan captains, then that door opens for SRH. That if someone like Pat Cummins having a bad patch of form, right, 2 or 3 games.
Also, I just wanted to I'm sorry, I'm just cutting you off. But Pat Cummins has said that Smaran and Harshal in for Reddy and Dubey. Okay, so they're dropping Nitish Kumar Reddy.
Nitish misses out with an illness.
Okay. And Ajinkya Rahane wanted to bat first too. Two changes for KKR. Siffert and Pandey play for Allen and Ramandeep.
So no Patil.
So no Patirana. So Finn Allen comes in. And then Ramandeep gets dropped as
So
well.
no Ramandeep. Manish Pandey is getting a game.
Manish Pandey, Finn Allen is getting
Finn Allen
sorry,
replaces
Siffert.
Tim Seifert. So one more prediction, correct?
Yes. So Allen comes in and Pandey comes in.
Manish Pandey.
Manish Pandey comes in.
Interesting. How do you look at this Manish Pandey inclusion?
Where he will bat, I think that is the main question. If he bats,
Yeah.
so because KKR is bowling first, so I don't know with the impact player rule, we might see Ramandeep again coming back.
Oh, do I have to back him up?
Please say something nice about it.
So we don't know, but where we look at someone like Manish Pandey. Manish Pandey is an experienced player, you all know that, but again, he is not someone.
Enough game time.
He is not someone can come and score at 200 strike at again that point.
It's a
He
two-one
also,
game.
yeah, KKS every game is one time.
Sorry.
Yeah, KKS if they had made themselves.
Yeah,
That's
they
the
will
patience, yeah. But I think for Manish Pandey, it's good that he is getting a game time, but a good excellent fielder. I think that's the main part of getting Manish Pandey maybe. But with the bat, I'm not sure where he will bat and again, where is Pathirana? As of before he's joining, everyone was calling, where is Pathirana? Now he has already joined, still you are asking, where is Pathirana? What is the problem? And
This has become a trend. Where is Pathirana?
where is Pathirana? But don't know. Again, Finn Allen, a good opportunity
Yeah.
for him. Let's see what he does. But I think in this wicket, if he starts to play, maybe he can score runs. But let's see what is the target that KK is going to chase.
Oh my God.
That's the big question now.
So a lot of responsibility is on Karthik Tyagi, Vaibhav Varga, and the spinners.
And Sunil Narayan.
Sunil Narayan, yeah, I think
You
he's
should
the
have
first.
taken the spinner's name
Name
first.
first.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, when you took the pacer's name, I am already thinking to it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, freaking awesome asked something. Shojani, KKR and CSK have chased 200 and 200 plus totals only thrice. Acha. Hope KKR will not let SRH score big. Look at the face.
We were just
Only hope.
we were just talking about it. I think the spinners a lot is at stake for the spinners. They are going to definitely go out there and control the runs as much as they can. I think the pacers also, considering the fact that they don't have so much of an experience and the fact that nobody from the active international circuit is leading the pace bowling attack, I think both the pacers are doing a good enough job. Cameron Green definitely he's out there. He can bowl for 2 or 3 overs. He will bowl. And the way he's been mentoring the Pacers, I think, is also good enough because we've seen in the previous matches in the Eden Gardens when we were watching KKR play against Rajasthan Royals. Cameron Green was making an effort. He was going and talking to the players. Ajinkya Rahane also seemed to be involved. So I think the team, they are improving. But it is. I really hope it is not too late. That is the only thing I can say.
We are all hoping that. Okay, I'll just read out the playing 11 of SRH. Abhishek Sharma, Travis Head, Ishan Kishan, Henrich Klaasen, Salil Arora, Aniket Verma, Smaran Ravichandran, Pat Cummins, Shivam Kumar, Harshal Patel. Okay, Harshal Patel comes back. Ishan Malinga. So no Praful Hinge.
And then you have Shivam Kumar as well.
I read his name, but no Praful Hinge is what I see. Maybe impact player?
Maybe Sakib Hussain is there?
No, Sakib.
I think Sakib Hussain will come.
At bench, you have Dubey, you have Hinge, you have Livingstone, Sakib and Zishan in the.
Okay, then Sakib.
Maybe Sakib.
Maybe Sakib.
Given the current form. I'm yet to find the playing 11 of.
I've already found it. You have Ajinkya Rahane, Ankush Raghuvanshi, Cameron Green, Robman Powell, Manish Pandey, Rinku Singh, Sunil Nareen, Anukul Roy, Karthik Tyagi, Varun Chakravarti, Vaibhav Varula. You have in the impact bench, you have someone like an Allen, Ramandeep, Tejasvi Daya, Navdeep Singh and Tim Siffert. Okay, so Allen and Siffert, both of them are in the impact bench.
Yes, Finn Allen will come in. Captain has mentioned his name.
Yeah. Last question, Snehashish, before we wrap up the show. Do you think KKR has what it is required to defeat SRH today? What are the strengths that you would like to focus on?
It's very difficult to say that they have.
I'm already
Because,
shaking my head.
It's very difficult. See, the current form of KKR, as I mentioned, that as a unit they are not clicking. Obviously, they are coming with 2 back-to-back wins, but you have to see how they won that match, right? One, that big partnership against Radar, and we talked about the drop catch. It's okay, it happens. Still, that was more convincing than the last win that they registered, right? They took the game to the last over. In Super Over, anything could have happened. Fortunately, that they won the game. The golden arm of Sunil Nareen did the job for him again. Once again, over here and here. I think he has been doing the job. But again, I think today, if they need to put up a fight, I think with the ball they need to do that more than the batting. As they're bowling first, I think the first thing they need to do restrict SRH as low score as possible. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. It is not going to be easy, especially despite when you know that what is the target, there should be a proper clarity in your mind. But the current form of KKR batters, I think that still that will be a big problem for them. So I think first job for them to restrict SRH to a decent total so that they can go there and try their best to chase it down.
Absolutely. And with that, we would like to end our show. As of now, we'll be back once again with our post-match show. So do keep your eyes on Red Sports. Do keep following us, and do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching.